So are we still, like,
We're still recording,
we
but
are,
not
okay.
whatever that thing is called.
Zoom? Streaming?
YouTube now live. There you go.
You gotta let him know, we gotta get Janine back on.
So she's trying to join your team's meeting.
I think he's,
On the right-hand side,
Go to the right.
and say admit,
do
yep.
that and then allow, all right, man, I mean.
Can you hear us, Janine?
Now she probably can.
Can you hear?
Hello?
Hi, can you hear us?
No, she's muted.
I'm muted.
Janine, can you hear us now?
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Okay, now.
She's also right next to the mute button. The square to the left of the mute button. Yeah. How about now?
Okay. Yeah.
Verizon, can you hear
I
us?
was gonna say they had a commercial about that once. Where were we?
We're talking about that we are the Achilles heel right now in this process.
Which I understand the frustration, but as the city of Goodview, we got the most skin in the game here. We gotta make sure everybody's helping on this.
Well, and from the beginning, we were the only one that had an attorney. Nobody else had an attorney, and that's why we made the decision that we were gonna halt our process until the association hired an attorney, which they did. And then it kinda just started over, but not really from there.
I mean, I don't see a ton of stuff in here that needs to be too crazily fixed. I mean, the definition of the uppercase versus lower put in there, pretty simple fix as far as I'm considered. The fire service area boundaries under the 6.1 Exhibit A.
They're working on that.
They're actually doing that.
Yeah, so they're working on that. They got Goodhue County all figured out. The problem is GIS, which is Geographical Information System. Goodhue County has a very good GIS program. Waukesha County is still in the rocks and stone age over there. They have no idea what they're doing. So the issue is there's about 15 houses in Chester Township that they are trying to figure out how to get a GIS map to overlay onto Goodhue County because understandably Goodhue County will not overlay Waukesha County. So we're at the point where like, we might just take a aerial photo and just draw a rectangle over it.
Something, yeah.
Because there's 4 farms and however many houses are in Belchester in Waukesha County.
So we're working on that then, okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much done, 99%, just waiting for Waukesha County, so.
How often does this get revisited? Every 3 years? Is that what you said?
Are we saying like, should be going forward or previously?
Going forward.
Going forward, yes, we talk about every 3 years. The one thing is like 7.5 when it talks about the state demographer. They only come out every 2 years on estimations, and then with property values, that's yearly, obviously. So I think we'd either be better off to do every 2 or 4 years, but that I guess technically hasn't been discussed and it's not also written into the agreement.
I guess a quick question on 7.5, I know about the ordinance, we're discussing that a little bit. Since the board may enact an emergency service charge ordinance for such purposes, do we want to reword that? Because we would have to be the ones to put that ordinance, they can't
No,
just
because
say
the-
we're gonna put an ordinance, and we
The
have to
board
do
can put an ordinance in, and then the townships have to follow that ordinance. What we could do is then adopt that ordinance as our ordinance. So basically,
Okay.
and then that would also suffice. So then we would be even on what our rate fee schedule would be for fire suppression and Goodhue as to what everyone else would pay, so we would be fair. So that's why that's why it talks about putting an ordinance in there.
That's all gonna be discussed to you guys as a board when you guys put all that paper.
Yeah, and they already have an ordinance. I mean, the ordinance right now is $1,000 per hour for fire suppression. They can't bill out for any ambulance calls because they're not paramedics. There's some weird stipulation with that.
Maybe with car accidents, they could.
Car accident they could, but it's still, the likelihood of getting money is like a 15% chance. So
Did
they
I
don't
get,
even bill out for car.
another thing that I didn't like changed was the 7 out of 10 versus what we had, the 14 out of 20. I prefer to have that back.
So if you notice where a lot of it says 7 out of 10, it's a capital M,
And
meaning again, it's the
The
government
cities, yes,
entities, not 14 out of 20 small m's, meaning individuals.
But here's what I kind of went over this a little bit today. Basically, what that would render is the top 3 people that are top 3 cities and townships that invest, which would be over 56% of the funds, could be voted out by just 7 people, ultimately, which I don't like that option, to be honest with you.
Correct.
I think the 14 out of 20 holds more people accountable, and the top 3 with 2 people each, that's 6 votes alone, which puts a lot more availability on our end. Now, if you add the Goodhue, the Hay Creek Township, Featherstone, and the Goodhue Township, that adds up to 66% of their budget. I would absolutely, I think, see the 14 out of 20. I would prefer that. I think that's a safer course when it comes to the larger investors in this.
Mhm.
Because otherwise, you have just 7 people want to randomly show up in these other towns and not the actual 2 members from each.
Mhm.
You could have 6 from ours and it wouldn't make a difference.
Yep, I don't disagree. I thought that was something we talked about at the last
And
meeting.
I thought that's what we all agreed on,
Mhm.
honestly, so.
Which is, yeah,
Did that get rejected by their lawyer then, or?
no idea. That was never stated in any of the emails. And that's the other thing that's frustrating too, going back to your notion, is there's never a red line document that we can see what was changed. We just get a new document every time, and we would have to pick it apart with a fine tooth comb to figure it out.
Yeah.
Or throw it into AI and let them tell us what changed, which we shouldn't have to do.
So Michael, you've been very intimately involved in this. What are your thoughts?
The thing that makes me nervous is there are a couple government entities that are talking, that I have heard, are talking about just trying to join someone else. There's a couple townships that are already split or have been split and now joined back to Goodhue and stuff like that, so it'd be very easy for them to pick up fire protection from someone else. Makes me nervous because that's only going to increase what we all have to pay. I mean, the biggest issue is there's only 2 townships that are, 2 entities, I should say, that are basically stuck with getting fire suppression from the Goodhue Truck Association. That's Goodhue Township and the City of Goodhue. So what makes me nervous is if anyone leaves, it just kind of screws all of us. You know, it's kind of like looking at your mortgage and you got 4 incomes coming in and all of a sudden you got 2. That just puts a strain on everyone. So, not to say we gotta vote this thing through and disregard the changes we want to have, but we also have to be strategic on, I think, what the changes that we want are. We can't be looking at it and trying to change a punctuation from a period to a exclamation point type scenario. But at the same time, I don't want to approve a document that has faults within it, because I agree, we're not only protecting us, but we're also protecting every other entity within this document. So I really think, it's a fine line that we have to walk on figuring out if we want to continue to nitpick this or shoot it through, and hopefully in 2-3 years we can address these things again.
I mean,
And just to add on to what Michael had to say, this has been going on for 10 months. So I think correct me if I'm wrong, Michael, I think there's some frustration there as well.
There's a lot of
I mean,
animosity.
it started in June of last year.
Yeah. There's a lot of animosity towards the city of Goodhue.
Right, there's a lot of animosity, words are being said, so I'll express that concern as well.
But again, it's like, we're the only one that has an attorney that is doing this.
Right.
And has been
That's-
doing this
yeah.
since the beginning.
which is also very frustrating. You would think everyone else would be on board with let's protect ourselves and watch our ass type scenario, but they're to some point I can understand the cowboy mentality of them of let's save $20 to get this worked out between ourselves, because I think in the nature of Goodhue, that's worked for so damn long. Let's just keep trying to go through it. And the problem is unfortunately, the real world's catching up to, you know, how Goodhue used to run things for all those years in the areas around here. And we just can't do that.
And I think that's what I mean, like you said, Michael, that's what they're used to. They're used to the smile and nod and a good old boy handshake.
Mhm.
And that's what we've been trying to change over the last 3 years is a handshake and a nod is not sufficient anymore.
No.
No, it's out the door from
Yeah.
legalities anymore. We have to make sure that the citizens are covered. Legality, it's the way it is.
And you know, the biggest thing is the original document was written in 1998.
By Zumbrota Township, wasn't it?
No, Dick Warner wrote it originally. The one we're working to replace, and so, you know, that's part of the thing is, it's been so many years since we ever looked at it that a one-page front and back was good enough back in the day, and now we need, you know, 12, 15 pages to cover our ass, and I think a lot of people are still thinking that, you know, a bar napkin and a sounds good signature is just fine. And in some places, sure, a bar napkin signature sounds great. I don't think it does when you're talking about multi-million-dollar contracts like this.
Yeah. And you might be able to answer this for me. Do we know who the chairperson of the board association is now?
Yes, Chad Ryan.
Okay. I just want to make sure, because I just see in there that he's the one that signs off on this as well, so I just want to make sure we know. I mean, the only two things I really see the issues with on this thing, and the major ones, is the definition of big and little, right?
Mhm.
That's a huge one. And get it changed up within the wording to actually match what it's supposed to be. And instead of the 7 out of 10, change it to 14 out of 20. I mean, that would cover our butts and the larger investors in line. I mean, if we, just the top 3 could be voted out and they have 56% stake in that. That's huge.
Correct, and one, on that notion, one big thing that the townships talk about, and I agree with it, is so before there's an agreement at the truck association to vote on anything, you bring it up, then you bring it back to your respective government body to vote on it. So let's say we vote to raise the levy the 5% they talked about. Now, if I go to that meeting with Chris, we've already decided as a council that we're going to vote on it. So you have to oust yourself to everyone else, and Chris will go, I don't want to vote for it. But we already agreed to it. So that's where the 10-member vote comes into play. Can it happen? Certainly. Should it happen? No, because 5 people decided on it, not just yourself. So that's where the 10-member vote comes into play. And it is a slippery line because in reality, we should only have to have the 10 votes because the entity should pull one way. But so when we open ourselves up to 20, we open ourselves up to possibly having some people vote against what their government body wanted. So,
I'm just trying to think, how would they be able to vote against what their body wanted when that was the agreement prior to them voting this?
because if you had 20 people vote, you now all get to individually vote. Me and Chris get to vote instead of our entity voting.
And you're down to small towns.
So that's where you need 7 out of 10 instead of 14 out of 20.
I just don't like the idea that.
Because in reality, no matter what, your entity, you have 10 entities, you have 2 votes, you're splitting hairs. All you're doing is multiplying it, but getting the same percentage.
Yeah, but with the 14 out of 20 versus 7 out of 10, somebody's going to have to bring another member. somebody, other township's gonna have two, not just one. If we have,
Every community has to.
yeah, but if they vote 7 out of 10, you wouldn't have to have two at that meeting at all.
Why?
Because you're, as a member, or as the voting members, 7 out of 10 is just at 10 communities. You don't need the 2 votes.
Correct.
Yeah, so.
But
seven-
the assumption is that me and him, being the member, we've already voted as one, because we've already,
We have already voted, the member here has voted,
we're just
and
carrying.
we are the
our vote.
representatives carrying the vote to the association,
Because there's 10 capital M's
communities.
to vote, so everybody gets a vote.
Yes.
A vote. I guess the question I'm seeing is the top 3, right? Every community gets 1 vote, right?
Yeah.
If the 7 smallest communities are only 2%, 3%, why would they say no, right? They're not forking out the money.
Yeah.
Now, if the top 3 say no, the other 7 say, yeah, but you guys are gonna
That's
make
what,
up
that
56%.
can happen.
That can happen, and that's
I
why we have to
can
lobby
copy that.
for your side. Real
And
world
that's what
politics.
we talked about, having a tiered voting system, that the top 3 would get more than 1 vote, but that didn't fly either, so.
And I will say, like, talking about ideas like that also brings into the association that we're coming in with no skin in the game and getting all the rewards what everyone else is paying. That $600,000 pumper truck that we bought
Yeah, we didn't pay none.
5 years ago,
Yeah,
we didn't pay a dime.
but yet we use it the most.
So I guess, would they be willing to change it as they do for all other like processes, or it's 4/5 of the executive member, 8 out of 10? I mean,
How would you do that? What 2 entities would you not have vote?
well, you'd still be able to vote, but an 8 out of 10 vote, just like any other part of the process, 4/5 of the executive members, when it comes to municipality, township portions, to be added to association, you have to have, so, it looks like 4/5 votes, 8 out of 10, when you break it down. In order to even add another community, if you wanted to, you're gonna have to vote.
Now we're going back to the big drawing board. I don't think they're gonna go for this.
Same thing with the dissolution, you still need 8
No,
out of 10 for the dissolution.
You're going too far backwards. They're not gonna go for any of this.
I think that
They're gonna stick us on a pole and watch us hang.
Yeah, we've been down this road.
Because we're also the
Bring it
most
out
to
there,
lose
bring it
and the
out
most
this
to
road.
gain by not getting this contract signed. They have talked about it, that they'll just give the whole association of the city of Goodhue, we gotta buy it. You wanna know what that price tag is? About 2.8 million with the equipment we have right now.
we're gonna end up in a situation.
So
with, like,
basically this-
resource.
We're gonna,
Basically what you're saying is, we have to sign this, right?
unfortunately, we do. Otherwise,
We
we're
don't
gonna
have-
end up,
we don't
we're
have
gonna
a
end up
choice.
like, yeah, we're gonna end up like Orinoco. You know what happened to Orinoco? The city of Orinoco will not respond to Orinoco Township. So now Pine Island has to go through the city of Orinoco to get to Orinoco Township to respond.
So I guess,
We're gonna be calling Red Wing or Zumbrota to start serving our own community. And I can tell you, we ain't calling Red Wing because we don't have that fund.
I think in good faith, we could say in 3 years, we'd like to evaluate how this is going.
I agree.
Like,
and I
let's
think that's
get
what
on
we
a
need to
schedule,
do.
guys, like, we gotta get on a schedule, I think that's a fair ask to evaluate then, and hopefully they get a different lawyer by then, so that this is a little cleaner. But
well, we're stuck on this for 5 years, no matter what.
this is, okay, so it
It's
is
a
a
5-year
5-year
deal.
contract?
We're stuck after we sign, where does it say that? Towards the end.
Yeah.
It talks about
Sorry,
that,
it was 3.
It's 5.
dissolution.
It's under 9.1.
Is it
It says
9.1?
5 years for the execution of this agreement, yeah.
Yep.
You must be given a minimum of 1 year notice before the withdrawal, so we have 4 years for the notice, 5 for the actual withdrawal.
But we're not the ones that can withdraw. Where would we go? Because we're not gonna form our own because we don't even have enough money to do anything in this city. Because we're broke. For number 2, we need to have fire suppression. I don't know about you guys, but I couldn't afford my house insurance if I didn't have fire suppression.
I understand that, I guess the question is, okay, let's say the association decides to do good here. Are all these other communities gonna be able to take on that kind of hit themselves?
No, but Featherstone could join Red Wing. because Featherstone already has Red Wing and Dolphin pretty much the majority of it.
But in reality,
Everyone else has somewhere to go. Us and Goodhue Township have nowhere else to go.
if we didn't be a part of this, they could still survive because they have for how many years? This is the first year that Goodhue would be a part of this. Because before, we were just responsible for
Training and 22.5% of the maintenance fees, which maintenance was pretty average, about $5,000 to $7,000 a year, correct?
Maintenance and then workers' comp average is about 9.
Okay, and then,
And Derek's pay, or
yeah.
whatever you wanna call it.
yeah,
Chief pay.
and then, training, it's hit or miss. A couple years ago, we had 4 or 5 guys join, it was an expensive year for us. But then we have dry spells where no one joins for 5, 8 years, 10 years. So,
So I guess the question would be too, we had in the previous one was 14 out of 20. Was it their lawyers or our lawyer decided to remove that and put it back to 7 out of 10?
It went back to the 14 out of 20 lowercase m's
Yeah.
versus that's when we talked about it either last meeting or the meeting before that. It was 2 meetings ago where they explained it very well, saying, well, it's 7 out of 10 with members with Big M. And that all made sense to everybody.
I don't know, I think we gotta vote on it to go forward with it, and within 3 years, we revisit the contract.
I mean, I
Are
see
they gonna approve 3 years, or is it gonna be at year 4?
It's 5, 4 for 5, but the problem is if we decide we don't like it, we lose everything basically.
We're gonna lose everything if we don't figure something out. That's the hard part.
Bingo.
So I guess.
Our back's against the wall no matter what.
Moving forward, I guess, let's start with the easiest thing possible, right? Get the definition of the big M, we'll put it in here and get this thing fixed the way it's supposed to be. That's our biggest issue, right? Everything's not even in there correctly.
If there's no definition in this contract, and we took this to court,
We would lose under that
no,
stipulation.
I don't think you would, because you would be able to have the conversation of, it was not defined, and it would become a court case. The problem being is, we need to figure something out, we have frustration on both sides. This is not perfect, but our lawyer has reviewed it several times.
Yes.
I think I'm hearing it's not perfect, but we have to move with something.
I guess I understand that part of it, but
Yeah. I don't
lawyer's,
like it. I
our
don't
lawyer's
like
the
it,
one
but-
going to court getting paid by us. Why would he care whether the capital M or little m goes to court, right? He's making money.
Because he also isn't gonna wanna lose. He's got a fiduciary obligation to do things in our best interest.
Well, that's what I mean. Why can't we get an easy, simple definition, little m big?
No.
Well, I think in here, there's nothing,
There's nothing that states any of that.
well, there's nothing in here, like I'm not the big M's to the little M's, everything with big M's is, talks about the 7 out of 10, and,
Well, that's actually
They
not
do
correct.
give a definition, right, in the first disagreement. And that a political subdivision of the state of Minnesota, and they listed above, will be called as members as capital M. It's just the fact that they don't consistently read correctly through the document.
Yes, correct, right? That's the only
But
thing I
is that
have.
that big of a deal?
It could be, but I don't know that it's enough to stop us.
I mean, but Bob pointed it out, and then we went down the, calling it something else road. He didn't think that, I can't speak for him, but my recollection from my notes, he didn't think that, he was like, okay, it is what it is. Again, what do we wanna do here? Cause I'm with Michael, I'm concerned that they could pull out, I don't know.
I'll make a motion to approve the amendment to resolution joint powers agreement of the Goodhue Community Truck Association version 6 with the stipulation that we revisit this contract within 3 years.
Give a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carried. Approved. 1.
do you want me to have Bob contact him?
All right, next is the emergency operation plan draft.
I guess I read through this, it was pretty basic redlining of the document. Whoever redlined it, thanks for letting us see the redlining.
It's helpful.
Was it you?
No,
Oh.
no.
I figured it was either one of you
The
two or
girls did
Derek.
it. No.
Okay, good deal. No, that
No, I
was easy.
appreciated this.
It's almost like what we want in documents. I guess I didn't have anything else on that.
No, I didn't.
Besides it?
I did just get an answer from Derek, Eric, while we were sitting here, about your question about using that as our emergency operations. And he said, I think once a joint powers agreement is signed and in place, I would hope that wouldn't be a problem, like not using the fire station as our emergency command. He
Yeah.
said also once signed, the city would be part of the group, and if any disaster in our area would happen, the fire station, if operational, would be our emergency command center. The only reason it would not be is if that building was destroyed. So he doesn't feel like we need to have it pointed out in the agreement that you all just said yes to. He doesn't think it'll be a problem.
Okay.
This was just a lot of updates to editorial like changes, right? Content wise, I didn't see as much content changing in this plan. Right?
Yeah, a lot of it was just the updating phone numbers, updating names, you know, like Goodhue County Co-op.
Phone numbers and names of council people and businesses that may have changed and whatnot.
Yeah.
The core is from the 2010 version, basically, updated.
Okay.
The only question I had,
found a problem.
Excuse me?
I just found a thing we gotta change to.
Oh,
There's a couple phone numbers that aren't right.
okay, well,
We can change them.
We can change them.
the only question I had was for the attachment 1, traffic control points. We have the emergency housing locations, but there's no actual traffic control points. Do we want to take that out or change it up? I know we have traffic routes or emergency routes. We just don't have,
Does Goodhue County have anything on that, I wonder?
I don't know.
Reach out to the sheriff's department or?
What is it?
I would
Emergency
reach out to
management.
the Office of Emergency Management.
Yeah, he read through it, that office did read through it, I guess I was just,
So
they
they-
said yes, and it was good.
And I guess, I guess the only thing, I agree with you, it makes sense that we would have one, so maybe let's talk to Derek and then joining between Derek and then that office that you were talking about. To see if there is one or maybe someone could create one.
Yeah, just a simple one, basically. I know we have the emergency evacuation routes, we just don't have an actual traffic control points, which is not a big deal, so.
Which I guess that's depending on where the emergency is too. Because when we respond, we will do everything we can on scene. It might be up to the deputies on scene to reroute traffic until we can get temporary stop signs up or temporary detours up.
Yeah, it might even be something that we could go in here and just reword that says, per the sheriff's
Determined,
department.
yeah,
to
determined
determine
upon scene.
the traffic points or whatever it is.
Then on-scene commander will take charge.
Right, yeah. Something pretty simple.
Which, I think in any jurisdiction or any, community, that's
Yeah,
a no-brainer anyway. I
Yeah.
don't necessarily know if that has to be in here, but.
yeah. Or just take that wording out of simple, wordplay, basically. It's either take it out, add whatever you want, but just change it up a little bit. About it. Otherwise, I didn't really see anything besides what you're saying for phone numbers that was,
I just got one now, but
so.
And I think, you can, Lori, I think it's safe to say, like, if you notice, if we have number changes, whatever, you can, I don't know if we wanna change our versioning around, but you can also just bring it to meetings, I guess, whenever they change. I don't know if you have to have it approved for editorial, I guess is what I'm trying to determine. But, I suppose to make it official, you bring it to the next meeting anyways.
With the changes.
Yeah.
We just really needed to get it
Yeah.
updated.
For sure.
That was the primary
16 years is going up.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you just basically put a revision of 6.5 page that says this is what changed under that revision.
Yeah.
And then present, or give you a clean version with noted in the email what
Yeah.
changed.
And I didn't know if, like, where it has natural gas under here for the contact numbers, wasn't it supposed to be Goodview Gas? Since this number in here is actually Kyle.
Which page are you on?
28, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Because it was just like Goodview County was the Goodview County Co-op, but this is natural gas. Should it? What are your thoughts on saying Goodview?
I thought we had it.
That's what I thought
Which page are
too.
you on, Chris?
Huh?
That's
What
on
page?
28.
28.
Oh, for natural gas, like you gas?
Yeah, because it's, I mean, natural gas, we all know natural gas around here is Goodview Gas, but to somebody not knowing that would be like, well, who's the natural gas? Who is it? And it's Goodview Gas.
Page 28.
Just something, minor things that I don't think will really hold it up, but, you know, corrections from here and there, like, I don't know what the phone numbers were that Jason was talking about, but, you know, minor things, I think it looks really, really good so far, so.
So we'll clean that up, get the numbers, and present it as a final. And she'll note in the email she sends what was changed.
Thank you.
You good there? All right, that's new business. The wonderful Volks Fest requests. First is the temporary on-sale liquor license. You submitted that through the state already?
After this, it goes up there.
So this is the same as last year, correct?
Come on up,
I'll be-
David.
Correct, so this is for the Goodie JCs for Volks Fest. We're requesting approval for a temporary liquor license for the Street Dance Beer Tent. No changes from previous as far as setup, serving, every aspect, I guess, is about pretty the same.
Security is the same too, Trayvon?
Correct, we did get a hold of our previous security company and we plan on going forward with them.
Do we have anybody, I know I've said this before, anybody under the age of 18 around alcohol?
Not serving, I mean, the street dance is open to all ages, so there
No, I
could
mean,
certainly
like,
be
On
people
your
down
guys'
there.
side of it, where people under the age of 18 serving it, or anybody under the age of 21 serving it?
Correct. So the Goodie JCs, you have to be 18 or older in order to even be a member. So we don't have any non-members working. It's either a JC's member or it's somebody from the state organization usually.
Okay.
So there should be nobody under 18, and then we do.
What I would like, this is just what I would like to see is over the years, I know it's all about having fun, but anybody under the age of 21, try not to be around the alcohol because they're more prone to drinking it. And that becomes a problem in several years past of people that are just barely out of high school and they're wasted. So that's my only concern, as it has been for the last several years, is, going up to the beer tent to get a drink and kid just graduated and just absolutely obliterated. So, I know you guys do your best, and I talked to the president last year, and he said that he would control it, and I think he did a very, very good job in it. So just something to keep in mind.
Yep.
I know you guys do the
I
best.
think it's something that's on top of our mind every year, and we do the best we can.
Yep.
Nobody's perfect.
No, I know that, but last year was very well. Just something to keep in mind moving forward. I think the security, I spoke to a county representative, and they really enjoyed the security last year, so I do too. I hope they do a good job like they did last year, and excited. So.
Any other questions?
You got anything, Janine?
No,
Alright, we need a motion to approve the temporary on-sale liquor license for Volks Fest.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. There you go. Get your liquor license. Next up is the resolution 26-04, approving the Goodhue J.C.'s 2-day raffle request. That's you, little Johnny.
Can you guys see me above the podium? Yeah, we're gonna try something new this year, as long as you guys approve it, to have a raffle inside the concert Friday and Saturday night. It'll be a 50-50, and we'll announce the winner before the main event both nights.
You don't have to be present to win.
Correct.
Ticket, you go home for whatever reason, or
Yeah, if you're-
right.
So you're doing like an official good job.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you guys.
I guess the question is it 26-04 or are we gonna, is it 26-05?
Yeah, the agenda has resolution 26-04 and 26-04, one for J.C.'s and one for the Rail Riders, being the same resolution.
Because my resolution here says 26-05.
Let's go with the resolution.
With this one, okay, I just wanna make sure we're on the right resolution, so we're not changing anything up.
Number did we get to?
I don't know, mine says 26-04. That's the Belchester one. Where's the other one?
It's down a little bit further.
Flip it over right here.
There you go.
Well, you wanted to see.
No, I got it. I'm just seeing it was on the other side. Sorry. Well, I know I have it here somewhere.
Okay. I'll make a motion, we accept resolution 2605, right?
And I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right.
Road closures again.
Is that on the agenda?
Agenda for
Parade
the-
is this street.
Yeah, it's in here, I just didn't see it on the agenda.
Yeah, no, that's actually a good point. That neither nor is the fireworks.
Excuse me, she just, yeah.
Excuse me, Mayor, just want to be sure that we're approving the entire application from the Volks Fest event also, not just those two items.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
I didn't know if we wanted to do it all as one motion or individual, so since you did them individual, we probably should approve the entire Volks Fest request.
Yeah.
Including the road route fire.
Okay.
Fireworks and everything.
So we get a motion to approve the whole entire Volks Fest organizational weekend, from the fireworks to the road map closure,
To the police, to the raffle.
liquor, police, all of it.
Then one thing for posting the signage on the street on Thursday, are we responsible for putting close at noon, or are you guys gonna put that up?
It'd be really nice.
It's in the contract.
We did.
Yeah.
But if any of you guys wanna help, it'd be all right. We wouldn't turn it away.
We have all the signs.
So you guys like take care of it?
I'll make a motion for it.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I just want to say something.
Opposed?
Yeah.
Motion carried.
I read it.
The specific line in the request that that was just approved was that we asked the city public works bring barricades in, close the intersection down at noon.
And then on
We're asking
Saturday
this-
for the tractor pull, that you guys are gonna do that.
Correct.
And we'll pick the signs up on Monday, the parade and whatever, barricades.
Look at that, man.
The only question I had was the parade route was all, we asked about changing it to not go through this intersection, but you decided to leave it.
Yep. What there was there, I don't have the map in front of me.
It goes all the way down to Fourth Avenue, Broadway.
The issue is
Broadway goes down Broadway.
if you cut it one block before to not go through the intersection at Broadway, then it goes over by the police department, or not the police department, the fire department, and they're already set up for the water fight. So you have to go a block before that, and
That's Third Street.
I forget what it was, but so we ended up saying is, it's not the route anyway. I mean, I get everyone's gonna travel through it because they're going back to the beginning.
They could take a left to go through the waterway.
But
We're not
the
stopping.
instruction, we'll make it clear to everybody, is that that's not the route. It ends, we're basically here at the corner of City Hall, and that they should be following traffic laws as they are going back to the start. That intersection is an open intersection and an oncoming traffic. They shouldn't just be going back through as a continuous parade.
Okay.
So we'll try and make it clear, but was our ask anyway to the city, is to keep the route, and that's,
I didn't know if you had any feedback from her, because we had gotten some feedback on.
we
that
never did.
intersection.
The only
Oh,
feedback I had gotten was from the city,
That's fine.
and I don't,
We'll just have to probably have somebody watching traffic. Which might be you guys.
any other questions?
Wait, can you do it?
That's fine. Give me a whistle and one of them colorful batons, and I'll.
You got those at the, just take them home.
I just wanna make sure the change is right. Later, you know, go down.
All right, so we're good on that one. Ordinance 203, regulating non-essential water usage.
Oh, the red lines.
Get the rail route.
Wait, did we
Yeah,
get the
let's
rail
talk about
route?
rail. Yeah.
Elevators.
Oh, I'm
260.
sorry.
Oh,
That one was at the start.
we're all out of
Yeah.
sorts here.
I know, I
Alright.
have to put this in my binder, otherwise it gets really screwed up.
Yeah, can
Mine's
we,
all screwed up already.
we'll talk about resolution 26-04 approving Goodview Belchester Rail Rider raffle request.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you for doing that, Rail
Thanks.
Riders.
Don't even know what we're on.
It's a good thing for the community.
We're just jumping everywhere anyway.
Yeah, it was part of the package.
All right, now,
Do
ordinance.
you guys have any other questions on that stuff?
We're a little late to ask them if they have any questions.
Ordinance 203, regulating non-essential water usage upon critical water deficiency as authorized by Minnesota statute 103G 291 sub 1 and 2. Pretty simple. I think if they're saying, hey, cut water, this is just us saying we'll help enforce cutting water, right?
Which I will say, with Minnesota's hydrology, the likelihood that we will have to regulate non-essential water usage is quite low.
This is a housekeeping thing. If you read the public works report, it was supposed to be done in 2019.
That's
Okay,
part of
thanks
the
for
DNR
cleaning
thing
house.
again.
Yep, you just have to approve it.
For your grant thing? Is that-
No, this is to get money for that service line replacement.
Yeah, that.
DNR, yeah.
We'll make a motion to approve ordinance 203.
Do we have a fine thing already set up for stuff like this? Do we know?
We don't have a fee schedule
We-
for
Okay.
We don't have to, this is like, Michael pretty much explained it, yeah. The odds of us ever having to do it here would be,
We're not California. I mean, that's basically the big.
I know, you never know what somebody might ask that question, so I just wanna make sure
I
we.
guess you could never say never.
We'll shut the water off. There's our fine.
Now we're covered
Yep,
because of the ordinance that you.
we're covered,
But,
yep.
yeah, just as a
We'll just shut the water tower down and give you half the pressure up at the
I
top
can
there.
do that really
Jason.
easy.
I thought everything was great. I don't know what the problem is.
Like, where's the water?
I'll
Okay.
make a motion of it.
I'll second.
all in favor.
Aye.
Aye.
Do the motion first, but okay.
Oh, okay.
I did
I'll
make
second.
most,
Have
that's
it
okay.
ready.
It's all good.
Steal my thunder.
All right. Any updates from committee? The only thing I have is we talked about it last time with the Goodhue Gas and their, what do you call it, Jason, e-readers?
Yeah,
They're electronic readers, kind of like what we have for the water. They approved that and put in an order for it. However, it was originally, was it like 6 weeks back? 8 weeks, and then now it's like 20 to 24 weeks back. So they upped their quantity. Instead of ordering 200 heads for the gas meters, they're ordering 300. They're going to start with the larger farms first, and then go to homes that have fences and dogs and such, and then they'll start doing everybody else's, because at the end of the day, the houses with dogs and fences cause a bigger problem for the gas commission to get in the backyard when you've got 3-4 feet of snow. So very good moving forward, and I think it'll be good. A lot less time, less work comp issues that may come about. So yeah, that's what we got from the gas commission. Yeah, try. You guys got anything?
you did read the public works report, dump truck retired.
Don't you have welly or something? You can just weld it back up? Failing
That's
wire?
all I was gonna ask, if you read through it.
Not yet.
I was too busy to get it in until Monday, cause we've had some issues.
Can you order a hydraulic ram for the bed of the F-1 350?
F-150?
Yeah, 1350.
Big one.
All right.
So, I do have a question. The photos just your nice rags?
Yeah, aren't they nice? I just thought I'd throw them out there.
I didn't know I had to start taking photos when I found these good things.
That's what
Is
came,
this
that's what
like
came
your-
out of that
this-
line on Friday.
That's not that bad.
That's just
Have you toured it yet?
two trash cans full.
Where are the needles?
Well, they were in there, I'm sure, in them gloves that were wrapped up in there.
Tasty.
You should go.
Hey, Simon Cole looking at it, I'm sure.
It's okay. I have a husband who's a plumber. He can do that shit.
It's not that bad. Trust me, there's worse out there.
No, I'm good.
So are we looking out for like the plow truck or new truck? Are we looking at other places besides just that location?
I'm gonna try to keep watching that one before I start looking out, because you know what you're getting.
And I guess like some background, what, cause I can't remember.
Yeah.
I don't think you were on council yet when we first started looking at this fall, right? It was November?
We went and looked at one that was a sister to this one, but it was
Yeah.
at a dealership. And then we did some research and found out there's gonna be another one that doesn't have to go through the process of middleman. So that's why we were supposed to get it in the fall, and then they didn't get their new one, so they kept it. They just updated me, which was ironic. Said they're probably gonna get rid of it now in the next week or so, depending on the weather.
So we're top of the list to get this thing from?
Well, it's gonna have to go on an auction.
It'll go on Gov Deals, right?
Gov Deals, yeah.
So basically, like, the dealership bought it off of Gov Deals for like 45,000, then tried selling it for like 95 after they threw some rattle can paint on it.
Yeah,
So,
that's why I
Yeah,
wanted,
I get that part, yeah.
yeah.
Are we looking at other like auction areas?
I look all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just check it. I'm pretty
Lots
sure
of
we
people look for me.
Oh, yeah.
He's on it.
Yeah.
He's got it.
You sent them
We
some
both
good ones,
look.
bad ones.
So, this isn't the time of year to find them though, so.
So maybe we'll get one.
Maybe. Administrator comments?
Can I just make a comment? I think I've seen it before, but do we ever say anything like, please don't use the flushable wipes?
It's in the news. I just happened to put it in the newsletter for April, even
Love that.
before last Friday. But I do occasionally stick it in, and I just put it in.
Okay.
It was in last
It
year.
says flushable.
There you go.
I mean, technically, anything's flushable as long as it goes down the drain.
If it's in the
Flushable.
Trust me,
well,
Biodegradable.
bed sheets, everywhere.
Two stories behind that, so. Sorry, you.
Uh,
Something else.
Council council comments, anybody got anything?
I guess, I know we got the season coming up for weather again. Trailer park shelter, I know we've been working on that with those guys, are trying to, and see what we can do. I know I'm trying to look into some other ways myself on how we can try to work with these guys. I know there's Minnesota statutes and stuff that do require certain plans, whether they submit them or not. They have to have them posted for their members or for their residents. I'm just thinking if we could start really looking into that for you guys. I mean, that's a huge thing. When a tornado comes, they have nowhere to go. Zumbrota not readily available in a tornado situation. I just want to try to look out for those residents over there.
Yeah, cause I think it used to be the
Sure,
old St.
yeah.
Luke's basement. So, and that might be, well, can't, cause that basement now is apartments, right?
That's how it is.
So,
This is a tricky one, because we've exhausted hours trying to find places.
yeah, I remember this was within
Could
the
they
last
fit the
couple
water
of
tower,
years too.
base of the water tower?
Yes.
What do you mean? You look at any tornado,
Yep.
what's standard?
Yeah.
Water
right.
tower and the water plant.
I'm just wondering if there's other routes we can go, like the community development, looking at block grants, FEMA, Minnesota Department of Public Safety, some other ways that we might be able to maybe at least niche them that way, or to at least say these are other assistance ways you can possibly fund to get something in there that would cost less for you. I mean, it doesn't hurt much on my part. I'll do a little research here and there, but I'm just trying to look out for the residents that are over there. That's a lot of people that are in that situation.
So you've done some research, you said?
I looked up some stuff today under the Office of the Reviser of Statutes for Minnesota Statute 327.20 under rules. Under 6, you know, of course you have the I think it was 1988, I believe it is, right? Anything prior to that. But there are certain things in that statute that require them to have, let's see, residents safe place, shelter, physical distance. Approved by the shelter determined that a safe place of shelter is not available in a reasonable distance from the park. A copy of municipal approval and the plan shall be submitted by the park owner to the Department of Health. The park owner shall provide each resident with a copy of approved shelter or evacuation plan as provided. Do we know if these residents have an evacuation plan or been provided that evacuation?
They got provided one 2 years ago through text with the former park manager. They were sent, I believe, a letter and a text saying that their evacuation plan is to go to Zumbrota.
So
We met with Earl, or is it Earl?
Markowitz.
Markovitz.
Yeah.
Worked with him a lot too. And we might have to call him back in here because, the communication is not very well. I just emailed him about an issue again. Call him, text him, email, nothing. Almost gotta drive to Texas and find him.
Was this recently?
Yeah, like a week ago.
He was on vacation last week.
Oh, was he?
He's on a cruise.
Yeah, well, so we ain't gonna hear from him for weeks.
He should be back, I think,
Or,
next.
no, not Earl.
Not
I'm talking
Earl.
about the trailer.
The trailer
park.
Yeah, no,
It's like,
sorry.
I thought, how
The
can
trailer
you
park.
do that?
No.
She keeps good tabs on people. That's gonna mess me
I was
up.
like, how'd you do it? No, the guy from Texas won't respond to me now anymore. Nothing.
I'm just looking under 7 here, under that same statute. A manufactured home park with 10 or more manufactured homes licensed prior to March 1st, 1988 shall provide a safe place of shelter for park residents or plan for the evacuation of park residents to a safe place of shelter within a reasonable distance of the park for use by park residents in times of severe weather. It's some road I would consider as a reasonable
I don't
distance.
remember the whole thing. It was,
Yeah, they determined it,
they
and
determined
they
it.
sent it out.
Who's they?
Yeah.
The park manager, at that time, it's changes quite
So,
frequently.
wait, the park manager, wasn't it the dude from Chicago?
Yeah, he resigned.
He resigned.
Then we had one that worked about a month.
Okay.
That was it. Nobody got a hold
But
of him
none of
for
them
2
live
years.
here?
No,
No,
I don't think they've ever had one guy live around here.
and we spoke to one, the most recent one.
We got a conference call,
We got
her
a
and I,
conference call.
and now he won't respond to anything.
You know.
Phone calls,
I guess here's another thing. It says the shelter evacuation plan must be approved by the municipality by March 1st, 1989. Do we have that
they
approved?
never did anything.
So technically, they don't even have under the statute. They're not even following the statute at this point.
No, it is literally a nightmare situation.
I don't know.
I think you're gonna have to, literally gonna have to get probably our attorney involved on this one again too, with working, I mean, we and I have been down this every year
Yes, we have.
every year in the spring. It's a horrible situation.
I would not pursue attorney until we have a more lengthy conversation.
I agree.
I would prefer you to keep the attorney out, and I'd prefer to kind of steer these guys towards some of the statutes and regulations required.
You did that already, Eric.
So,
But we don't know if that same guy's in.
No, he's just a new guy now, so we're gonna have to try to
can you
get him
prove-
to come
I
to
mean,
the
the
table.
problem is like, how,
Well, we would have to have it on file. If we don't have it on file, it means it was never submitted.
I've never seen that
Well-
one, have you?
Not in-
Neither have I.
what's the likelihood we would even have it on file?
Slim to none.
I was gonna say, you should go through the old ordinance book if you wanna start seeing how things were kept.
I was looking through some of the stuff,
I mean,
just online alone, and yeah.
it's, again, when I joked about a bar napkin as a signature and a contract, I'm not joking.
I think to be fair to you, Eric, I think we need to try to reach out to him again. I have to reach out to him on an issue and then maybe bring it up at a work meeting because this is gonna take.
I don't understand, I don't think this is gonna be an overnight thing. I
Oh,
truly
no,
don't
this is
think
gonna-
that, but I think we definitely need to start pushing it more than we ever have. I mean,
Well, let's put it on the agenda for next meeting,
For the next work meeting.
The work one,
right? Well, that is the next meeting, right?
it's a work
Okay,
session.
that's what I thought, I was like, that was going crazy.
Your concerns are valid.
Yes.
We've been
I,
trying.
and I don't, I'm not saying at all you guys
Yeah,
aren't
we-
trying,
yeah,
I'm just
we
saying
don't want
maybe
it
we
to
can
be
try.
like, yeah, we did it.
We have more eyes now again, we have some fresh reviews, maybe we have some other avenues we can go down with not only just statues, but with the Department of Health or some other places that we can maybe bring this up to, even with the state's attorney's office, something that can push over the limit of what the requirements are, and that they have to follow these requirements, not just say, I live in Chicago, I don't care, drive to New York for all I care to evacuate the tornado, that's not a
It's been-
probable.
Yeah,
I think they
It's
own
been
like
disappointing.
75 or 80
they
mobile home parks,
do.
multiple ones in Minnesota. So this fight for them, they love it.
Oh, I'm sure they do, but I mean, I would rather work with them than against them if we possibly can. I mean, that
Oh,
would
I
be the
agree.
last route possible.
I guess one question I would have, if they own multiple in the state, I'd be curious to see what the rest of the entities that, engulf them think and have.
It might be as innocent as saying, hey, can you provide us with your shelter plan for your trailer park?
I mean,
And
is the one
see-
in Zambrota for them?
They spent, well,
I have it on my email. Yeah. From
I guess
the last
I
time.
would-
I'll bring that to the next meeting.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna look right now. Just curious.
4 people ago tried to say, no, you guys need to do it. And so that's how this started,
Mm-hmm.
July of
They
24.
also told us we needed to pay Drake.
They wanted us to pay
They
for
want
it,
us
too.
to do
Full
everything.
circle too.
Yeah.
Well, they were gonna have us pay it, and they were gonna give it to us, remember? Or was it?
All right, anybody else got anything, council?
That would be added to the work session.
All right, I got nothing, public comment? Nada? Your motion to adjourn,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
all in favor?
Right.
Motion carried. Meeting adjourned.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, Janine.
Thank you, guys.
Bye,
Appreciate it.
Janine.
I read that.
Bye, guys.
Oh,
Sarah.
What?
did she say Johnny? I couldn't.
Bye,
hear.
Johnny.
Yeah, yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Well, I didn't even, who's
Yeah, that's
that?
what it was.
The one that was at the.
Because I know,
Oh, that is Jefferson?
and
Okay.
I'm like, crap, as soon as I heard that. Is they okay? Back to work or no?
See, we did hire a pool manager.
Thank you.
First
Oh,
week back,
you
good.
did?
We did.
We're going to
Because
get an
it
update as
sucks.
to what
Stop.
that
Oh,
problem
yeah,
was,
get your
because that was
computer
not.
yet.
I mean, I've
Tested.
also read.
I didn't get the email.
Two craps of
Oh, you did?